we have to be very, very careful about the suspect, the defendant, who has been charged now with the murders of 3 kids and attacking kids. The Prime Minister, the Home Secretary, and indeed the police knew that there was a terror-related aspect to Axel Rudakabana.
Well, I think the timing was very carefully engineered. I think my own sense is that Keir Starmer and the Home Secretary knew perfectly well about these extra details. Inside Number 10 set out precisely why, in his experience, Sir Keir Starmer would have known about this perhaps within hours.
You know, in the House of Commons, you have legal privilege. Why did the Speaker of the House, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, Labour, why did he tell MPs that they mustn't discuss this?
And I took that to be very, very credible information. And it was extraordinary at Prime Minister's questions today to see the Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, effectively shutting MPs down.
What if everything you thought you knew about the Southport stabbings was completely wrong? The case that shook the nation has taken an unexpected twist, leaving investigators and the public seeking answers. Before continuing, I'd like to ask a small favor. If you enjoy this content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's free and it makes a huge difference for us. Now back to the story. As the suspect's court hearing faces a sudden delay, new evidence has surfaced that threatens to break apart the official narrative. From extremist materials found on computers to warnings issued to lawmakers, this case is far from over, and it's time to rethink everything you've been told about the Southport killer. A key figure in the investigation emphasized that Starmer likely knew about this within hours. The House of Commons raised legal privileges on the matter, but why was there an order to MPs not to discuss it openly? This was seen as credible information, and it was quite extraordinary during the recent Prime Minister's question session to witness the Speaker effectively shutting down the discussion. When the court hearing arrived, the proceedings didn't go as expected. The court cited an unexplained illness for the delay, leaving many puzzled and raising more questions. There were also conflicting reports about the suspect's actions in court. While some media outlets claimed he denied the charges, others reported that the suspect remained silent throughout. This contrast highlights how difficult it is to cover high-profile cases and how quickly misinformation can spread. The suspect's silence seems strategic, possibly a way to maintain a defense narrative or avoid self-incrimination. With serious accusations like multiple counts of murder and attempted murder, he pled not guilty, a move that surprised many. Legal experts believe this plea might be an attempt to extend proceedings, buy time, or even open opportunities for negotiation down the road. As the trial moves forward, the significance of the upcoming court dates could play a critical role in how the case is perceived. One of the most alarming developments, however, came from evidence found on the suspect's computer. The government's independent terrorism reviewer has emphasized the need for authorities to provide more information to the public more swiftly. In the aftermath of terrorist incidents, transparency becomes crucial, and the authorities face pressure to release details about the case. Prosecutors are working through challenging circumstances as investigators uncover extremist materials, including instructions for making explosives and a so-called jihadi manual. Even more alarming, these materials had been in the suspect's possession for 3 years before the stabbings took place. This discovery adds a chilling new layer to the case, hinting at a long-term involvement with extremist ideologies. As more details about the Southport stabbings come to light, it's clear there are still many secrets left to be revealed. The delayed court appearance, conflicting reports, and the uncovering of terrorist materials are only the beginning. What other crucial information might be hidden and why? Just when the Southport case seemed like it couldn't get more mysterious, a shocking new development has emerged. The government's efforts to suppress information have intensified, with the suspect's name disappearing from official records. What is being hidden and why go to such great lengths? The level of secrecy surrounding this case is unprecedented. Parliament members have been warned against asking any questions about the Southport stabbings, raising serious concerns about where the government's priorities lie. Are they more focused on controlling the narrative than serving the public's need for transparency? At the heart of this controversy lies a struggle between public safety and the right to information. Authorities may argue that withholding certain details can prevent panic or misinformation, but this lack of openness is fueling speculation and eroding public trust in the justice system. One of the most perplexing aspects of this case is the decision to remove the suspect's name from court listings. This is highly unusual, especially since the suspect is 17 years old. Typically, the Children and Young Persons Act of 1933 restricts naming minors in legal proceedings, but at 17, the suspect is almost an adult. So why is this additional layer of protection being applied? It seems as though authorities are bending the rules to keep the suspect's identity secret. But why? What is it about this individual's background that requires such extraordinary measures? As more secrets are revealed, the disturbing truth begins to unfold. The suspect had possessed terrorist materials for 3 years, including instructions for making explosives and extremist literature. This long-term interest in extremist ideologies adds a chilling element to the case. The authorities' reluctance to share information is only increasing public distrust. False claims about the suspect's identity are spreading online, filling the void left by the lack of official statements. Experts warn that this excessive secrecy may ultimately backfire, undermining confidence in the justice system. As the investigation draws closer to its conclusion, we are left with more questions than answers. Why are Parliament members being silenced? Why is the suspect's identity being concealed so rigorously? And most importantly, what other information is being hidden from the public about the Southport killer? A curious coincidence also emerges. The trial date aligns perfectly with the U.S. presidential inauguration. This raises questions about whether the high-profile political event will overshadow the Southport trial, pushing it out of the public's attention. This coincidence forces us to question whether there's an attempt to minimize scrutiny of the case or if it's simply an unfortunate clash of schedules. Either way, the impact on public understanding and justice is profound. As this case continues to develop, one thing remains clear: we must stay vigilant. The layers of secrecy surrounding the Southport killer demand our attention. Only by asking difficult questions and challenging the official narrative can we hope to uncover the truth behind this shocking crime.